Yes, people, welcome back to another stream, everyone. Hope everyone's all right. Hope everyone's well. So obviously today we're going to be talking about Man City 1, Arsenal nil. Obviously blown out the FA Cup. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that. You know, we've got a few people in as well. So we'll add Goongang AFC in first. How you doing, mate?
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm all right, thanks, mate. And we got Mason in the back room as well. How you doing, Mason?
Come on, bro. I wish it was better circumstances, bro. But big up you both. But yeah, man.
Yeah, big up for coming on. Yes, obviously we got Hashim. Big up Hashim, as always. So yeah, we're gonna start talking about the game now. I'll give my thoughts first, then we'll go on to you guys. For me personally, Man City, they're a strong side, man. And for me, I was confident, but then, as I saw the starting lineup, to be honest with you, I was a bit, in my opinion, I was a bit, bit shook to see what Arteta was going with, and to be honest with you, I thought, maybe he's not really interested in this competition. He wants to focus on the Premier League. So, that is valid from Arteta. I take that as long as he's focusing on Europa League as well. As long as Europa League is also one of them things that he's focusing on as well. Hopefully, hopefully we don't have another game. Our next game, whoever we're playing, and we will see a rubbish lineup. So I want to see something good for the Europa League because obviously I want to win that this season. That's one of our, even if we don't win the Premier League, I'd like to see us at least win a trophy, and that trophy would be the Europa League. So, Mason, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, man. Obviously, FA Cup's big to us Gooners. We've won it the mountain record time. We've won it the most, and I felt like when the lineup come out, I felt like Mikel obviously has put his focus on the league, and I'm guessing as well as Europa League as well. But I'm disappointed, but losing 1-0 to that City side and seeing what sort of side they put out against us gave me a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit more confidence going into the Premier League game at the Emirates. I feel like, yeah, we may have lost to them in the FA Cup, but going into February and them coming to the Emirates, I think we didn't give all our lineup away, if you know what I mean. I think we've kept some back, which, bear in mind, we've now got 90 minutes of footage of Rob Holding rassing up Haaland and Saliba rassing up Haaland in the second half as well. So
can't get what happened to Saka though with Nathan Ake. Like that is.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I thought it was actually Sambi Lokonga. I sort of didn't rip into him, but I did sort of say, what's he doing? But then I realised it was Saka, and I say the same again. Saka's positioning, he needed to stay on Nathan Ake. I know Jack Grealish has got all that skills, flickery and that, but then a simple pass straight back to Nathan Ake caused the problem, Turner couldn't have done nothing about it. I think he done really well. I know that he's not used to playing out from the back, and he's working in a process with that. And seeing him before in the pre-season, because I watched all the games of pre-season, I was up God knows how long watching them, and then to seeing him in the Europa League where he hasn't conceded a goal from open play. That was the first goal he's conceded from open play in an Arsenal shirt. So it's his confidence will go up by that game because we didn't get battered. He didn't concede 4 or 5 goals. Haaland wasn't really a threat, And I think there's more positives to take out of this one than negatives. Obviously, negatives is obviously we were out the FA Cup, and the other negative is that Saka just needs to sort out his positioning. I think we all forget because Saka's actually carried us for the past couple of years. I think we all forget actually how old he actually is. And he will learn things like this. They'll be straight back in. Not today, obviously. They might have been in today, but they'll be looking at all that footage. I'm sure Mikel will be looking at, like, we've seen all the Amazon documentaries, guys. They go into all this, So I'm sure Saka will know where he should have been and why he wasn't there, etc., etc. But like I said, positives to take, but it's just gutting that we're going out of our competition because this has been our competition. It still is our competition, but as people say, you've got to give the other teams a try. It's just gutting seeing that Tottenham got given Preston and we got given Manchester City. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, and we played City better than they played Preston, so that
Exactly
says a
that,
lot.
bro.
And honestly, if you look at the lineups, man, I mean, look, we rested 6 people. With Ramsdale, Ben White, Zinchenko, and Saliba came on late. You know, Odegaard came on late. Martinelli came on late. And Trossard. Oh my God, bro! Like, what a steal that was. That's probably why Brighton is so mad and holding out, because we got him for a steal, like big Rosicky vibes. Like, just like I really feel like Mikel may be grooming him for an 8 role. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. But it's exciting, and it's a great signing. And honestly, if we get Caicedo and Trossard for 100 mil, like 50 mil a piece, that's actually probably not terrible business. But I'm not going to go into transfers and stuff like that, because that's going to take me down a whole nother path right now. But I mean, look at City only made 2 changes to their lineup, and that was Ederson and what was it, Ake for Laporte. And honestly, Ake has started and played a whole lot this year, way more than Rob Holding, way more than a lot of the people that we fielded. So Pep looks a little shook, and the fact that he didn't make a lot of changes is perfect for us, because we got a full scouting report. Like, thanks, Pep. Like, we appreciate it. Like, what are you gonna play a weaker side? No, like, unless he's playing some genius tactic thing, because he knows what Arteta's gonna do, because he was the right hand man. I don't know. It may be some Pep Arteta psychological warfare going on right now, but I'm not gonna look too deep into it. I'm just going to trust the process, and say that the boys played amazing. And I want to give a shout out to Saka, because I know he wasn't really tracking back the way we wanted him to. But this year, we have demanded a consistent high press out of all of our attackers. If you look at Odegaard's heat maps, off the fucking chain. I know the first match he played, he covered more territory than anyone in the Premier League for our first match, you know. And we've asked Saka to track back, we've asked Martinelli to track back, and continuing this high press and starting them every single match. I mean, Saka has not asked to be sat. Like, if he gets pulled, he's going to get pissed. He's on that top tier Sigma Alpha mentality right now, so I can see why he might be struggling to get back, and I will give him a pass whenever he wants, because he's the star boy. That goal from Ake, it was beautiful. Turner couldn't do anything. But what I did like from Turner is, man, he's pinging balls better than Ederson, bro. Like, I don't know.
And he's catching them, man.
Bro, he really is. And he is a super sweeper. He is. I hope he doesn't get caught out at any time, knock on wood. But, man, he is really aggressive, cutting off those through balls to Haaland or whoever they're sending through. And at first, like, you know, as an American, I wanted him to succeed, but bro, I was real shaky with some of his first performances. But man, some of these low saves, you know, that are super hard for a keeper, he's just doing them instinctually, and I have confidence in him. And I'm starting to have confidence in some of our depth players too. So yes, it was a loss, but honestly, we've won 10 out of the last 30 FA Cups, bro. Like, we are the FA Cup top dogs. If we have to go out of Carabao Cup and FA Cup to concentrate on finally getting another European trophy, we need to win Europa, man. That loss versus Chelsea was big for me, man, and that broke my heart, especially with the performance that like Giroud put in, you know. And it just shows, you know, we used to be a selling club, and now we're a buying club. And hopefully that stuff we're not going to have to worry about, aside from getting beat out in the transfer market. But from me, 9 out of 10 from the boys, man. You know, I couldn't ask for too much more with Jesus being out and getting a great rotation in. Sambi got some minutes, a little shaky. A lot of people are giving him hate. He hasn't got the minutes. It's Nketiah.
He needs a loan move, man.
Exactly. He does need a loan move, but we need, now that El Neni's hurt, we need someone in.
We can't afford to let him go on loan unless we buy someone, which I don't know.
I mean, we've had worse problems in the past, but bro, if you take a look at our 2015 FA Cup team that you know, versus our team now, it's just it's incredible. So no complaints from me. We move forward and we get to concentrate on the league in Europa. So it's no skin off my back.
I think it's a really difficult one, and I don't know whether you boys feel a little bit like waking up yesterday was just a little bit uneasy with me, and it just felt like it was just a tough game, but we actually stayed in there. When I saw City's lineup, I thought, oh no, they're going for it, and it could. Looking at ours compared to theirs, I think most of the commentators who I listened to, like Friday night, were all saying that City are favourites. They're at their home ground.
Oh yeah,
the Etihad. They're playing their like strong lineup, you know, two changes, and
all 40 of their fans were there. All 40 of them, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, all 40 of their fans. But you know what? Flowers to all of our away fans, man. Our away fans smashed it Friday night.
That's all I heard on the broadcast was Arsenal all night. It was beautiful.
We've had some of the best away fans in the league this season, you know.
100%.
Every single game, you know, we've heard our fans, we've heard them chant it. You know, and at home, personally, our support, you know, it's been in the middle. You know, we've had some games where it's been loud. It's a bit inconsistent, but you know, I think we've had some good fans this season. Some of the best we've had in a while as well. You know, no one can call us a library anymore. So that is a perk, and we can still call it the Etihad. So
exactly. I was looking around the stadium on Friday, and I was just seeing how many blue seats. And this is no like this against them, you know. But there were so many blue seats, man, and we just took over. It's got in that the allocated seats for the FA Cup can't all be the allocated ones for the Premier League as well, but I'm sure the allocation for the Premier League, the fans will absolutely rock the Etihad. Honestly, that's the only bit of atmosphere they had all night. As soon as, even when we were 1-0 down, man, our fans are just fucking amazing, bro. And I speak all this all the time. Like the fans, the away fans, the home fans, this season have just been absolutely excellent, and it's literally the 12th man, you know.
Yeah, I think on Instagram, Lower North Bank and At the Clock End shared some videos when we went 1 down, and immediately everyone started singing, like, I mean, in support, you know.
Exactly.
2 years ago, we would have been like losing our minds and cursing at everybody, and, you know, throwing 2 fingers and winking to everybody, you know, what the fuck, you know, probably would have, you know, just been yelling bullshit at Matty Turner, but not immediately. Like,
I feel like there's a
connection.
There's a connection with us and the players as well. I feel like every single one of them, like the fans and the players, have that connection, that togetherness, which Arteta spoke about when he first come in, and that stuck with me in my mind. I don't know about you lads, but that stuck with me, how he wanted to bring the fans and the players together, and he's done that, and that's why I believe that we're doing bits this year. Even if we don't go on to win the league, if we win the Europa League, because that's what I said at the start of the season. I want Champions League football next season, and I want a Europa League or the FA Cup, or you know what I mean. We're out of them now, so now it's Europa League, Premier League. Let's go. Let's give it to these teams. You know, City are still favourites in my eyes. You know, they're still favourites. They're used to chasing down teams, e.g. Liverpool. They're used to going on that hunt where they've chased them down to just winning by a point, you know? So they're going to be up for it. So now we've got to go, you know what? Yes, we're a young side. Yes, we're the youngest in the league, but we've got a load of bottle from last year as well. We went through the roughs to now get here, you know? Saka has been absolutely brilliant. Saliba, man. Saliba has been literally the star boy in our defence. And just looking at Zinchenko and Jesus have just brought that extra firepower. Like them guys want to win. They know how to win, and they're not just coming here for the paycheck. Chelsea players. They're not just coming. Sorry, guys, I've got such a sore throat, man. But they're not just coming here for the paycheck. They're coming here for the Arsenal. You know, they want to play for the badge, and that's the difference between us and other clubs. Players, we've got rid of the bad eggs. You know what I mean? We've got rid of the
so quickly. You know? So quickly, it would take any other club 5-6 years to get rid of all that dead weight.
Exactly that.
Arteta cut that shit.
You know, he just went, you know what, you're not part of my plan. Stripped him from the armband. You know what, that's it, you're done.
And bro, the Kroenke supported it. Like, as much as I hate to fucking admit it, post Usmanov.
I'm Kroenke out every day of the week, but if they're spending that moolah, let's do it.
Bro, the moment that Usmanov was detached, they started spending. It wasn't quite what it is now, but it was a progressive buildup when I think, they had to clear a lot of in-house stuff behind the scenes, not just players too. There was a whole cultural rebuilding behind here, getting Richard Garlick in and everything. And I think once they were comfortable, okay, we've got the backbone, now we can start building the body, and so fair play to the Cronkies. As much as I hated them and people currently still hate them, they have stepped up and invested in it. And honestly, we've never and I understand we're getting beat out by Chelsea, but they're spending so recklessly. So I don't see, I mean, I can see the talent in the players, but I don't see the plan with Potter. It's just,
I just think whatever Arsenal are getting, he's trying to put in a bid for. No wonder we're building something. But like I said before, normally when we don't get a plan A, we went in for that Martinez, great defender. We were going to use him as a left back, obviously. Didn't get him, went for Zinchenko, got Zinchenko. That plan B turned into a plan bloody A. And
we all have to like Zinchenko and his passion towards the club, though. He really this whole season, he's stuck by us. He's held that budget up high, and we have to pay him respects for that, because obviously he has been one of the most passionate players that we've seen this season.
100%.
Nice. And it shows, we've needed an inverted back this whole time. It just shows, and it makes everything comfortable for Xhaka, and it does bring up the question, in the long term, is Tierney someone we're going to have to try to move on, and do we do it now because his value is still peak high? I love him. I love everything about Tierney. I love his work ethic. I love the fact that he wears shorts when it's 40 degrees below zero. The dude is some of his shots and goals for us have been absolutely iconic. And it's the kind of work and mentality that I want in players that we sign. But I think the positioning of Zinchenko shows how successful we are with an inverted left back. And I think people are hunting for Tierney, man. It might be like Juventus or some Italian team.
Newcastle.
I really would like to see. Well, he can do what he wants. I want to honor his commitment to our team by not blocking a move to a rival. But I'm tired of seeing players that I love, and I have a Tierney kit. I don't want to see him in a domestic rival. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I'm a massive fan of Tierney, and I just hope that. I really do want to say him to stay, but that's selfish of me, to be honest.
We can keep him for depth, I think. Because
I would like
why not?
He's trying to be an inverted wing back. He is trying, and that's why I like.
But we also have to look at his injury record, and I'm not even going to get into that. But
yeah, man, injury record is outrageous.
I rate you so highly, Tierney, with him. The GOAT.
He's a massive asset into the squad. We've seen him for years at the club. He has been a massive part of the club, getting the ball forward, general play style defensively as well. So if we lose him, to be honest with you, it's going to be a big, big loss for the club, and I think everyone knows that.
Yeah, I mean, do we recall Tavares? I mean, I don't know if you saw, but Marseille have him playing as right back right now. So
for me,
interesting.
When he was in the club, I wasn't, too sure about him. I thought he looked a bit shaky, but then again, he didn't. As you say about Sam Lacour, he didn't get that in time. Yeah, exactly. I personally, he tries to get forward too much, which isn't a bad thing, but he does get too forward, not like dropping forward, like just getting in front of the goal, trying to score all the time. You're a defender. You're not a. It's just, for me, I said that he should be a left winger. I think he'd be good as a version of a left winger for me.
That's what we did have him playing at, but that's the problem, because that's what we have Tierney as, and Tierney can bomb just like Tavares, so it's two similar profiles.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I think what we're missing on the right hand is someone who bombs up, and seeing him play now over at Marseille is a little exciting for me, because you see Ben White and Tomiyasu doing fucking overlaps on Saka, and you're just like, is that really the option? You know what I'm saying? But someone like Tavares doing an overlap.
Remember,
on Saka,
we went from having like Hector Bellerin. Obviously, before his injury, he was absolutely brilliant for us. Let's be real now. He was absolutely fantastic. We need to get someone like that caliber again. That person who's gonna do those work, right? Because I see Ben White running and doing overlaps from Saka and that, and I love to see it. Don't get me wrong, Benny Blanco has been absolutely amazing since being moved to right back. Like honestly, he has, but he doesn't have that sort of accelerational pace maybe to get beyond Saka. Even though he does do it, but then doing that for 90 minutes, bro, he must be absolutely shattered.
And it leaves us exposed, we have to shift our whole back line over to the right to cover that. And then we've got Saka and whoever's making the overlap. And sometimes it's Tomiyasu. But look, man, Tavares is built like a brick house, bro. And he's got the speed. And now he's got the minutes. So, I wouldn't be remiss to bringing him back. I wouldn't be remiss to, even if we can't sign a midfielder too, we have to sign a midfielder. It's just with El Nini injured, there's no qualms about it. But I don't know if you've been watching Patino or not, man, but I thought he was going to be more of a Xhaka role, but bro, he's a fucking six. He's a boss ass fucking six, and he just scored for Southampton in the FA Cup. Like, I mean, they lost 2-1, but it's a championship side putting up an effort up against a better team. So look at some of those Patino clips, man. He's tackling like a freaking beast, but at the same time, if we can't sign a defensive midfielder in this window, and I hate to get off topic from the Man City match, but we have to be looking at Zubimendi. We have to be looking at Bamba and just hitting their claws.
Yeah, we have to. Because we all know that Partey could get injured. We saw it against when we played Man United, the old toilet. Like, he was injured for that game. We need to have, if we're going to actually, let's be serious now, if we're in a title race, if we're properly in it, which we are, we have to get backup. We have to get rotation. There's no if, whats, or maybes about it. Hence why Trossard is a fantastic signing for us. Yeah. Yes, we were after Modric. We couldn't get him. Chelsea overpaid. Fair play to them. Giving him 8-year deals, 150k. We ain't gonna match that. He even come to us. This is the thing. He even come to us, bro, and said, you know what? If you guys can give me that, I will come to Arsenal. If not, then I'm going Chelsea. You know what I mean? So that's that. A couple of years back, Arsenal would have just went, yep, we'll give you that 150k, cool. But it's better that we're not. We're bringing in, and the plan B was Trossard, and what a plan bloody B. Again, it's just time to tell. He was giving that City defence a little run for their money, and that's what I like about him. He was getting in them positions, he was creating, he was trying to do stuff, and I think we've got a proper player in there. Remember, he's only had like 2 or 3 training sessions with us now.
Yeah,
so he's still fitting in, bro.
And we've got an announcement as well from Fabrizio Romano. He actually said that Rob Holding still has Haaland stuck in his pocket and he can't really get him out at the moment. So that's just some breaking news.
Rob Holding
breaking on Twitter, bro.
Bro, I actually thought you were going to say like a signing on that. I was like,
fair play.
No, I have to say Rob Holding was fantastic. But you know what? When he got that booking, I thought, fuck, this is reminding me of the game last season at Tottenham. I was thinking, oh no.
I will say the more his hair grows, I feel like the more aggressive he is. So, like,
you know what? He obviously went to Turkey and got his hair sorted, man. Come back, he's a different man. Yeah. Boldin was not a good person in my books. He done the job. He done the job at the back when he brought on the last 10 minutes to see out the game. He done the job, but Boldin was not the man, and no wonder he's now winning on the pitch and off the pitch.
Bro, Rooney saw that shit and he was just like, "You son of a bitch."
Bro, he must have been watching a different person. He must have seen himself on the pitch and thought, "Fuck, who the hell is that, man? I got to go Turkey."
Roberto Holdinho. But no, look, fair play. He put in, he just put in a physical performance. So, look, his passing, progressive passing from the back is not what we need from a defensive back, but he'll go in and put in a physical performance.
We'll this first as well, if you're talking about. Well,
look at that.
That's a beautiful picture.
We've got some good stuff coming in here.
That first elbow that he hit him with in the back of the head, he had him on the ground for at least 2 minutes. Like, it's one of those things where you like put two gorillas in a cage and one has to establish dominance. Like he did
It's
it
like,
with an elbow to the back of the head. So fair play.
Obviously, in football, right? Obviously, I'm playing goal, so I'm not trying to really like push players over and that. But my defenders, my right centre back, right? He pulls the man who he's against. He proper lets him know, elbows him, proper lets him know he's there, and that's what Holding did. Proper let Haaland know, you know what? I'm here, bro. You ain't faced a defender like me before. Like, come, let's give it. Because Haaland, if you give him that room, he will take advantage. And Holding was very much on him. And even Gabriel as well was on him. And when Saliba come on, that half-time substitution, Mikel, fantastic substitution. Perfect, because you do not want... Man City probably were rubbing their... Haaland was probably rubbing his hands as soon as Rob got that yellow card. Like, let's go. Now I'm going to make you, regret that. But Mikel saw that and went, you know what, Saliba, go in there for the next 45 minutes, deal with him. And he did. He done it. Like, that's mission accomplished in my eyes, that we dealt with Haaland. We dealt with it. And we've now got 90 minutes of the footage, you know what I mean?
Yes. I thought he might have subbed on Kivior. I was kind of hoping just to kind of like throw him into the fire.
FA Cup match as well, you'd think to see him in that team, coming on as a sub, sorry. For me, I thought I'd see him, but it turns out we didn't. And whether he'll get a chance in the Premier League, I mean, it's gonna be a while. We're gonna wait for him.
And he did play CDM too. He can play CDM. So can he possibly, be trained to be a 6 temporarily until we do get a signing? If we don't,
I think he could. I've watched a couple of his defending actually.
Yo, bro, he's pocketed.
He's
Vlahovic. He pocketed a lot of people, bro.
He's what we need. He's what we needed. And that's why I credit Mikel and Eddie, bro. I credit them for their transfer business so far, because it's a player. I'm not being disrespectful to him, but I never heard of him. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden now we've signed him. I've watched him, and I'm like, bloody hell. This guy's decent, he's quality, and that's you know what I mean. That's perfect.
And Tomiyasu, Fabio Vieira, just some of these left field.
I think
players
Fabio needs. I think Man City game. I don't think he got involved as much.
He wasn't at his best, no.
It was not at his best, and I think he needs just a little bit bulking up, man. I think he just needs a little bit bulking up for the Premier League. The Premier League is a physical game.
We just gotta get Eddie's trainer to get him on Eddie's regimen.
Oh, he's literally got to get the same trainer as Eddie. Eddie's looking fantastic, bro.
Can you imagine a thick boy Vieira, bro? Like looking like Eddie, just like swole up.
Hey,
oh my God.
You know what? I've got a lot of credit for Vieira, because he's coming in. Obviously, he would have known that Patrick Vieira was at Arsenal, and he would have known that coming in as Vieira, it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be those high hopes, And the thing is, he's a young talent, and we're progressing him. And I think maybe next season, when we brought in a couple more, maybe send him out on loan to I don't know whether who's going to be, maybe a Fulham, because they'll probably be up next season, or someone who can play full time for, you know what I mean? Every single game he's in there, And I think that will progress him as well. I think he'll be a fantastic talent for us,
if he was to be starting, in a Premier League match, but I don't think he's got the physicality for it, to be honest with you. And I don't personally, I'm not dissing him or anything like that, but I don't think that he would even start for Fulham if he was in that team.
He needs to bulk up. He needs to ring Eddie and be like, yo, my brother, let me get onto your trainer.
He's got to ring a Dara Traore up, He's got to try.
But look, if you've got a strong team around you, then you can succeed. And we see that stuff with like David Silva, Bernardo Silva, just kind of Santi Cazorla. I think Trossard plays a little bit more like Cazorla than Vieira does. But, Mikel's just going to mold him into whatever he wanted to. I know he wasn't used to playing from the right, but Arteta put him out from the right. And so, it's a role he's getting used to. And, give him a year to bulk up, bro. After this summer, exactly. He gonna come back with the protein shakes, just like walking into training, like, oh, what's up? I got my protein. Let's go, God. Yeah,
he'll be back, bro. This is the thing.
I think same at the moment, because we've got Partey as well. He's an absolute unit with physicality. Xhaka as well. I think Partey for me is like the knight of the Arsenal team at the moment. You know, he's the one who's getting up there with the physical strength and stuff like that. And you know, I have a lot of respect for him at the moment for what he's done this season. So I think, you know, if we were to play Vieira, if Partey starts as well, I think, and Xhaka, I think it's a pretty good partnership they've got going up there. You know, if somebody tries to have a pop at Vieira, then Partey could come up or something like that, assist him out a little bit.
Wait, you know it's going to be Xhaka. Like,
Bro, I was
Xhaka's
going to say,
come
Flair, man, I hope Xhaka don't get involved because we know
Exactly.
what refs are like with him, bro.
That
We know what refs love a little go at him.
When Xhaka's getting a red card, I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
to
bro,
be fair, he's been good this year. Not gonna
been
Yeah,
on
lie.
his best behaviour.
Oh,
And
yeah.
all credit actually goes to him. I remember. I think it was Wenger's house fan count. I posted it up on my story, and
Shout out to
it
Marcelo.
was shout out to Marcelo, bro.
Wenger's
He's
house.
the legend. He's the reason why I'm doing this sort of business. You know what I mean? But yeah, I remember putting something on my story and tagging Xhaka in it when I was fuming at him, bro. I was fuming, and he saw it. So he's the one who does watch social media. He does go on social media and he does have a look. And I think that he's proper sorted himself out. Mikel was said to him, you know what? When Mikel come in, it was like clean sheet. You know, clean sheet. New boss, let's get this sorted. And he was very close to leaving Xhaka, and I wanted him to go at one point. Honestly, I did. The amount of times Marcelo probably heard me say this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The amount of times I was like, get this flipping guy out of my club. But you know what? He's turned around. You know what? It felt like a new signing. It felt like a new signing with him, you know? It felt finally we've seen what Xhaka's made of. Finally, we saw what Wenger actually brought into the club, you know what I mean? Because we've got to remember, that's a Wenger player, you know? That's a Wenger player.
Yeah.
Hashim says no hijacking for Caicedo. All focus for Chelsea is Enzo Fernandez. So
Yeah, if you're paying
no
120
hijacking
million
for
for
Caicedo.
Enzo, you're not going to be able to afford
Chelsea
Caicedo
are
and stay
going
in
to
FFP. But
Chelsea just want to build a squad of whoever they can flipping get, whoever they can pay the
whoever
most
looks
money
good,
for, you know.
whoever looks good, that's on his shopping list.
It will be embarrassing for Chelsea if they don't get Champions League next season now, if they've got all these good signings. You know?
I don't understand how they're going to fit all these people on a roster.
I don't know
Who are they getting rid
financial-
of?
Hey, surely, like the FA are now looking at this. Surely someone's got to say something.
Well, the FA, FIFA Fair Play, changed the loophole for the youth registration under the cap because specifically of what Chelsea did this year. So it goes into effect for next
I know
season.
that I don't know whether they've changed it or not yet, but they're going to make sure that 5 years is the max contract because of what Chelsea are doing as well. It's
Fucking
ridiculous.
Volleyball. Hashtag volleyball. Now, and look, and let me just say one thing about the Mudryk thing that makes me a little bit relieved that we didn't get him. If you have a chance to go to a team that's pushing for multiple trophies and to win the league, or to go to a team that's in 10th place in complete disarray for maybe about 10, 15 extra million over 8 years, and you're already rich. You're good. You're set for life. That's not a winning mentality. That's not a champion mentality, unless you just like, I'm going to start this from the button. No, he did it for the money. You could have come into a strong team and started a legacy.
He's
here.
going to get so much hate
Bro.
when he comes to the Emirates. And
Bro,
I
could you-
will be
bro,
first trying to get that ticket to
Oh.
give him as much stick as I possibly can, because he is a money grabber. And this is the difference. We don't need them sort of players. And I'm glad in many ways, boys, it showed that his true colours has come out. The dollar signs, bro. Just dollar signs, pound signs even, because we're obviously in England for the transfer. So just pound signs just going in his eyes, man. He can't handle it. Like, big up him.
yeah.
He's obviously Shakhtar has obviously gave some to the Ukrainian army. So big up that.
Yeah,
But-
big up that. Big up
Big up that. Salute that.
That is a
and all
club.
that. But
I can't blame
dodgy
Shakhtar
transfer,
on that.
man. It's a dodgy ass transfer, and I think even Chelsea fans know how much dodgy business they're doing. Instead of a Russian dodgy owner, you've now got Bodie. So you've now got a dodgy guy, another dodgy owner,
Yeah.
same sort of situation. I can't
look,
wait for this.
I want to see once all the financial filings come out for this season, what they're paying and everything, and how they're structuring this. I think after some review, there may be some red flags that come up, but
There's got to be. But then, yeah,
But
again,
look what just happened to
get away with
Juventus. You know what I'm saying? Look what just happened to Juventus.
it. Yeah, man, we've seen
15
many
points.
clubs get away with it, as well as
15
Manchester City.
15 points, bro.
You know,
And you know, Vlahovic's pissed right now. Could have come to Arsenal.
Well,
Instead,
Or
his club just dropped 15 points. Ridiculous.
bro, just watch our squad next season. Oh, is coming. Oh, is coming next season. You're basically trying to buy Premier League. You're basically trying to buy
Buy
trophies again,
whatever's available.
as you did, or whatever is available. You know what? I've got this vape here. If you want to buy that for 100 million, you know, overpay.
How's Alba and Amari Hutchinson working out for you? Fantastic. Is that they're killing it?
Yeah,
Right
How's Aubameyang? How's Aubameyang blood clot Yang working out for you, man, as well? I love to see that.
Y'all are 10th, like pipe down. Like, but no, I mean, y'all are spending money, but does Potter have the plan for it? Like, I don't see it, man.
I think
y'all should be completely
Potter-
rebuilding your defense, like, and you're concentrating on
I
offense.
think Chelsea fans are going to start going absolute nuts if Potter. I think by April, Potter won't be in a job. That's what I think.
Look, Bowley's just going to try to be as ruthless as Abramovich was, and it's just going to cause more.
He's a yes man. Potter's come in knowing that he's a yes man.
Yeah, dude. And
Right.
Bowley came in and dismantled the inner workings of the back rooms at Chelsea, and it's still in chaos, man, and it shows on the field. I don't see a cohesive Chelsea. I'm not scared of Chelsea. Yeah, they're building, but it's like, I don't see it. I don't. But
Anyway, as we know, Stamford Bridge is our training ground. You know what I mean? That's our second training ground. We go there just to slap you man about, and then we go home. You know, can't wait until you lot come to the Emirates and Mudryk gets what's coming to him. You know, no threats, just a lot of noise. Just a lot of noise.
Don't want to hear it.
Aubameyang for Tuchel. Don't want.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You still is he still in your books as well as Lukaku? Isn't it £100 million loan? Isn't it? 100 million loan. Chelsea fans, pipe yourself.
$1 million for a player.
You ruined Pulisic.
Ruined
him.
Yeah, you ruined Captain America, man. He's even lost his armband now.
God, you should have stayed at Dortmund, bro. Like,
But something else.
He was too good at Dortmund. Man.
Obviously, Jesus plans to be back soon.
4 weeks, 5 weeks.
He's actually said, he plans to be back soon. But Arteta has said it's unlikely whether he'll be involved in next game or the game after that. But for me, I don't think he'll be back for another 4 games or so.
I think he'll miss the Man City at home.
I think he needs to earn his spot back from Eddie because Eddie's
he has to earn it.
Real talk. But I have said this. There's no reason we can't start him where Saka plays and give Saka a rest if Saka is cool with that. But Jesus is completely – he can play left or right. We don't have
or even put them both up together, you know.
Yeah.
Eddie can easily.
What we haven't seen yet, which I'm super excited about, Trossard and Jesus together. Bro.
Yeah, I reckon we're going to have some
the tiki-taki will be back in action, bro.
The thing is, though, we all know Martinelli will start over Trossard, which is sometimes you know.
But remember, Trossard can play on the right, left, cam, striker, whatever.
I feel like Arteta's grooming him to be an 8. And I think we can use that. I feel like there's some times where I've missed Danny for just like a split second. But I think I don't know. I don't want to overrun Odegaard either. But as our captain, as the talisman of our attack and our progressive through balls, it's hard to see any other way to
Captain Norway. You know what I mean? He's such a young age, bro, and he's absolutely balling it for us. You know what I mean?
Madrid is
I'm so glad. There was a lot of Arsenal fans and other fans saying, no, go for Maddison.
35 million?
Nope. Maddison, who? Flipping Odegaard every day of the bloody week, man. Every day of the week. We got him a good price as well. It just goes to show.
Yeah, Maddison would have been a good signing for us. I'm not too sure whether if the Tielemans deal is still on. But, I've heard nothing from it.
I haven't been impressed with him this season, to be honest. I mean, that
missed the penalty.
I think he wants to leave, though. I think he wants to come to us. That's the thing.
Everybody should right now.
Because
the thing is, if I was Mikel and Eddie, I'd be looking at him at the moment thinking, well, he's not doing that great he's not really playing that well at the moment.
For a type defending side, I don't think he's worthy of the squad at the moment for me.
I don't think he is. I think rotation at the start of the season, I wanted him, and
Yeah,
probably
same.
up until the last few games where I've watched him, I've just thought you haven't really done. You're not a man who's like trying to go bigger. You know what I mean? You're getting from Leicester. No disrespect to Leicester, but if you're going to make that jump from Leicester to the Arsenal, then prove it while you're there. Like play for their badge. You know what I mean? Play for their badge, and then come to us and prove that you're in this squad. What I'm seeing from him, I don't like, and that's where it's a little bit more of if we don't go for him, we go for Declan Rice. I'll be happy with a Declan Rice, man. I'll be well happy with a Declan Rice. Like in the summer, I'd be very happy.
We've got a comment here as well. What's your thoughts about Casado? Talk about Enzo product, but Brighton want 90 million for Casado, and you might steal him. Yeah, I think if Casado wants to leave, if he's not, putting in the mentality in the Brighton squad at the moment, then I think, they'll sell him for cheaper. 60, 70 million, I think.
They've is that the guy who's had a reject? Has been told not to turn up to Brighton.
Yeah.
Until after the transfer. Yeah, he ain't leaving in this window, bro. He ain't leaving.
Maybe
Brighton's already sold us Trossard for cheap.
Did you see his Instagram account though?
Yes, yeah. I followed him. I messaged him as well.
Yeah, because he's gonna read that, isn't he, Mason? Yeah.
You never know, man. He might just scroll through and be like, "Yo, MK the Don."
And it looks like Brighton are signing a 19-year-old Swedish midfielder. It's Yasin Ayari. He's made a couple caps for the Swedish national team. I think he is a CDM. So, I mean, again,
what happens with this, I reckon it'll be transfer deadline day.
Yeah, but 90 is so much.
90 is too much.
But at the same time, it's not our money. It's not our money.
It's not. It's Kroenke's.
And with the introduction of the new owners of Newcastle and stuff like that, we have to be aware that the financial landscape is completely changing in the Premier League, and it's not really changing in any of the other leagues. And I know a lot of people in the other leagues are piping up saying financially we're unsustainable for the long run, but at the same time, we're competing right now, and it might be one of those times where we overpay for a couple years. But if we land the Champions League, if we win the league, if we win Europa League, that's guaranteed money coming in. It's more revenue. It's more worldwide visibility for the club. And
European award for us. We can say we've never won Europe before because. If we win this season, I will be over the moon. To be honest with you,
I'd be over the moon as well. But when people say we haven't won a European trophy, we have. But I wasn't alive to see it.
Yeah,
Like not many of us were alive to see that. But
the modern,
you know what? It's like the Premier League. A lot of our younger generation fans, like I was very young at the time when we went on Invincible. I can remember Blips and that. But at the end of the day, I would love for us, if we win this league, man, this will be the party, essentially. I've seen Tottenham fans, I've got mates who are Tottenham fans who said, Mason, I won't talk to you for a whole summer, if not longer, because I know exactly what you'll be on. I'll be loving it, bro. I'll be calling out every Tottenham fan. Deji, man, I'll be coming and messaging you every single day. Like, Deji Spurs, bro. It will go down. Like, Tottenham, Chelsea fans, Man United. I'm hearing Man United fans say that they're supporting Bold, like they're supporting Pep. I'm hearing bloody... what's the YouTuber called? Rants, Expressions brother, who's a United fan. Rants saying that
Rants oozing.
he wants Pep Guardiola to win the Premier League. My second Bold manager, he says. We're making everyone lose their minds, and man,
I like being hated again, bro. I'd rather be hated than being the banter club.
Success this season, we come out of the blue this season. We've shown what we can do. We've shown what sort of squad we've got. Mikel Arteta, we've put the faith in him, and we've come out, and they're all just jealous about it. And
the thing is, as well, I'm seeing lower league fans even take digs at us. I'm seeing lower league fans. I'm not mentioning names because I don't want to start no problems and that. But I'm hearing them go, "Oh well, Arsenal. Oh well, I know you're out of the FA Cup, but what are you trying to say? You disrespected lower clubs?" No, I'm just saying Arsenal played Manchester City. Two best clubs in English football right now are Arsenal and Manchester City. We had to play each other. we didn't get so lucky with a Preston North End or a bloody whoever, you know what I mean? Another club. We had to go straight in against Man City after playing Oxford. It was like, Oxford, all right, we'll be nice with Oxford. Cool, got the job done there. Right, now we'll chuck you guys under the bus because you're doing well. Let's fucking give them Man City. You know what I mean? I know it's random, but it's a madness.
Europa Conference League. It's the legacy of Spurs.
Indeed. They still couldn't even win that, you know. First English team to not even make it out the group stage in the Europa Conference League. Live with that.
Battered by plumbers. Shout outs to the plumbers, though. Like, great profession. You actually make a lot of money being a plumber, guys. So,
yeah, obviously, we're coming up to that 45-minute mark now, and this is usually the time we end the stream. So, thanks so much, everyone, for coming on. Obviously, if you want to shout out your socials, and we'll get into that.
Yeah, it's just goongang.afc, and I am the co-president of the Virginia Beach Gooners. We're in the @Va Beach Gooners on Instagram as well. Been there for about 12 years, been supporting since 97, 98, because I'm old. But yeah, follow me. I just post a bunch of memes and funny shit, and you'll catch me on the Gooners pod stream sometimes. And make sure you're supporting Gooners vs. Cancer. You can check it out, goonersvscancer.com or @goonersvscancer on Instagram. Gang.
Yeah, I'll make that. I'll check that out later. So
yeah, man. If we can, we'll get it. I'll put it in our story on AFC Talk Show, bro. I'll get that in. But credit to you, bro. I've been a huge fan of you. I've seen you come on, you know what I mean? And it's amazing to have you. MK the Don 14, bro. Obviously, you can see me here with my guy, my co-host, AFC Flair. But cheers, people. Like and subscribe, man, as well. You know the drill.
yeah, exactly. You can follow me, AFC.Flair on Instagram. We just hit 2K. We're literally so close to 3K now as well. It's absolutely mental. So thank you everyone for the support in the recent months. You know, the consistency slowed down, but you know, I got back up and we've kept going. So big up to everyone. Big up to Mason for the show as well. AFC Pro TV. So make sure to come and follow up. Big up everyone for coming on today, Goon Gang.
Big up Goon Gang. Make sure if you're in America and you're near his area, bro, make sure you guys go check him out. Trust me, I am coming over soon to see.
Oh, bro, it's like 50-50. I might be over for the Bournemouth match. I'm working on a ticket right now.
Oh, bro, DM me, bro.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll link on that for sure.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I know Marcelo's coming back in February as well.
Yeah,
I know if we win the league in May, I know we're all gonna have a massive party. You know what I mean?
Oh, bro, I'll be back over, man. It's been since 2017, man, since I've been back over. So fuck COVID.
It's madness still.
We're gonna be back over, have some fun, bro.
But yeah, big up everyone for watching. Thank you very much. Please like, subscribe. Obviously, check out all of these guys as well. Big up to all of you, and we're out of here, man.
Peace.
It always happens.